Imagine if the B-2 Spirit and a particularly angry invisible ninja had a child after a night of classified engineering and a large defence budget. That child is the B-21 Raider. It's a flying wing, smaller and meaner than its famous uncle, the B-2. 2 engines instead of 4, built from the ground up to be less of a diva about maintenance. Cheaper to keep flying, and so stealthy that the radar operators will spend their entire careers staring at empty screens and wondering if they imagined the whole thing. It can carry nuclear or conventional weapons, fly further than is strictly polite, and slip through the kind of air defences that would turn a normal bomber into confetti. In short, it's the world's first 6th generation aircraft. It looks like a bat that's fell into a bucket of stealth coated paint, and it exists to make certain countries lose sleep. Now, if you fancy building one of these in miniature, so you're looking for a scale model kit, then you are in luck. AMP have released one in 1/4/4 scale, and I'm going to open the box and see what the kit is really like. So here we have the AMP 1/4/4 scale long range strike bomber, the B-21 Raider. Lovely. Reference code is 144015. AMP sent me this kit for free for review, and I thank you dearly for that. Now, lovely box art here. You can see you've got the Raider there looking pretty swish, I tell you. And, you know, high in the clouds, you can just see the mountain ranges there, I guess. So, yeah, very, very nice box art. So, edge of the box. As always, it's a construction kit, complete plastic model, a decal sheet. There's 2 language instruction sheet, and only for 14 and over. Okay, and it's in Ukraine. So remember, this is a Ukrainian company. So yeah, over 14 in the box, and some different box art there while it's in the clouds. Lovely. Edge of the box, the same really. That box art, and then here it's got some information about their other kits that they have. So if you want to do a 737 or an Airbus or a KC-10, they do one. And also it's proud to be made in the Ukraine, and you've got 2 emails here because apparently they're both the same company. Micromia and AMP Ukraine are the same company. I think that's how it works. So, top opening box, and inside this box will be this. I have a bag of sprues, instructions, and everything that you need in there. Now, this came with it, but I'm not sure if it comes in the kit or it's an added extra, because I know they do put 3D printed parts for sale to upgrade the kit. So I'm going to presume this comes with the kit, okay? And inside, we'll have a look. It's 3D printed, and it looks like it's the engines, to be fair. Whoops. So let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see. There you are. You've got these lovely 3D printed engines. Okay. There you are. Lovely. Very, very nice touch there, AMP. And yeah, so I'm presuming these come in the box with it. But as I said, I'll check online and just make sure. But I think they do come with this, because I'm assuming I looked online at the instructions already, because I was being nosy at this kit. But yeah, very well printed. Okay, so that will go back into its box, and then I will zoom out a little bit. We will now start with opening the bag of bits. There we are. So, wow. Quite a lot of parts here for your monies. Okay, and in here is the instructions. There's your decal sheet. Oh, and you get printed masks as well. So, anyways, right. Let's go through the plastic first on this kit, and we're going to start off with the belly, or the main parts of this jet. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There you go. And yes, it's very smooth. You've got some recessed lines there. You've got a bit of a rough edge here. I don't even see this on the camera. You've got a bit of a rough edge, so I presume that you would have to rub this down and snip out these bits here to get a nice clean finish. But you can see it's like very jaggedy, so I'm presuming that was on the tooling and they've just snapped it off the sprue gates, I'm assuming. So yeah, but everything else is, or there's a little bit of roughness there as well. Okay, a little bit of rough. So yeah, you'll need to clean this up first before you start using it. Okay, so there's the top, and here's the belly of the beast, and you can see there, good recessed lines there, a little bit of detail there, so plenty. So you may want to rescribe that a little bit. Okay, so it doesn't look very deep there, doesn't look very deep, but you can you turn them over again. You've got these rough edges here. Okay, so you're going to have to give it a bit of a clean up before you put it together, to snip this out here. But yeah, it is looking rather sweet. Let's put it together, let's have a little look. I've not cleaned it up, so let's just have a look on how it goes together. Whoops, done that wrong, so that must fit in there. Come on. Just zoom out just a little bit. And okay, yeah, it will need, is that the right way around? Yeah, it will need a bit of a clean. So yeah, so basically the trailing edges, there'll be no gap there because the way it fits together is here. So I'm assuming that you build this up, you've got little pins there as well. There is no locating pins. I don't think you get locating pins so much with A&P kits. And I don't think they're short run. I don't think they're short run, but they seem to have got the angles of the dangles right on this one, so fair enough. So yeah, just a little bit of work, clean up all these edges, and that should just slip in nice and fine. So there you are, there's that. Okay, moving on to this sprue here, which is the wings, and again, you will need to clean up that edge there once you've snipped off the part. But these wings basically just slot together, and I presume those pins there, you'll have some sort of spur going across on here. So I'm going to work out how they would go in. Was it just the wing? Yeah, I'm assuming then, I'm just trying to work out how it would go together. Interesting. I'm not too sure, but I'm presuming it will go inside, so you can, yeah. Alright, well, we'll have a look at the instructions anyway, but again, like I'm saying, you've got some nice lines there. That's a bit rough along there, so you may need to clean that up a little bit. So yeah, marvellous is that one. And then you get into the little sprues. Right, so let's zoom in a little bit for this one. And this one is frame D. And on here, you have, I'm assuming, these are going to be for the wings, I believe. So these will be like your spurs to give you some strength inside the wings, because they got the 4 there. And as you know, you've got 1, 2... and then 3, 4. So I'm assuming that's... Oh, I'm wondering if you put it together by... do one half, lay it down, and then you do the other half, then you put it on top. I'm assuming that's how you would do it. And you've got some lovely detail in here. Quite, for the Bombay here. I presume it's the Bombay. It's looking very good. Some bulkheads there. Interesting, they've got holes in there. So I'm wondering if the... Yeah, okay. Right, yeah, I'm just, in my mind, I've seen the instructions already, so yeah, I'm presuming that's for the weaponry there. You've got some dials and bits and pieces on here, which I'm assuming must be for inside the cockpit, because you have to build the cockpit up. I presume that's the floors for the cockpit, just assuming here. And yeah, so you've got some nice detail there, and they're numbered up to 10. Brilliant. So moving on to this one here, which is sprue E. I want to sprue E now, and you've got some nice details here as well. I'm assuming that is for the undercarriage, if you want them in flight. So yeah, there's your bomb bay door. So you've got a choice of having it closed or open. So you've got 2 doors there, and if you want, you can have it completely closed up. I think I might have it open actually. So yeah, some nice detail on that as well. So that one is frame E, and then we're on to frame F, which has got a lot of pieces on it. And so you've got your wheels, your undercarriage, which you'll have to build up. There's your weaponry there. You've got some fins. There's your engine fans there, front and rear, I guess. And which you wouldn't see, would you? I don't suppose you would see them. There's undercarriage legs there. So they're all molded into one piece, which is nice. You probably have to put some. There you go. You can see you've got the suspension bit there for the undercarriage. So yeah, it is very nice. They've looked at this quite well. There's some real detail on the. And for 144 scale as well, remember, this isn't big. So yeah, looking pretty good. 33, 41, 34. So yeah, let's turn them over so you can have a little look at behind. Oh, you even got some detail on the. I think they're doors, aren't they? They doors. Yeah, you got some detail on the inside there. Some ribs. Lovely. And there's your weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you only carry 4? Or 8 actually. It looks like you got 8. Okay, fantastic. Brilliant. So there you are. There's the plastic for you. Quick look at the clear part, and I got the impression. Would you have to clean that up a little bit? I don't think you do actually. I think that's it. I think it blends in. If we look at the top here, does it go in underneath? It must go in underneath, I guess. That goes in there. I'm presuming that fits in and just slots down. So you push it in and then down. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think you go in from behind. I think you just, that's a nice little touch that. So it goes in. Sorry, yeah, I know you've got a little nips here, but it goes in underneath, and then you push down along that very, very fine edge. So gluing wise shouldn't be a problem. Excellent. And it's crystal clear. Lovely. Brilliant. Nicely done, AMP. Onto the decals, and you have this one here, which is small, which is a symbol. I don't know what the symbol is. I'll look it up in a minute and see what the symbol is. So you've got that one little piece there, and then if you turn this over, that is the decal sheet, and it looks pretty good. It looks in register. You've got quite a bit on here actually. What number are we up to there? There's 20, there's 32 and 34, 38, 41, 41. So 41 it looks like, 41. So you've got your stars and bars there. And yeah, quite a lot involved there. And these are tiny. Let's just have a, so we'll zoom into these a little bit, and you can just see, I'm assuming these are for the weapons. These ones here are for the weapons. But yeah. No step. Walkway. Walkway. So yeah, all the words are in the right order as well. They're not like, what's the word? Remember they used to come and they'd be like gobbledygook, because you wouldn't actually see them anyway because they'd be too small. But yeah. It's a rebus. So there you are. Fantastic. So there's your decal, and you also get, if I can zoom in, a vinyl masking set. Loads of little circles, and then you got the, which I wonder what the circles are for. I have to find out. And then you have that on the front. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. See the circles? And then you got these here for the canopy or the cockpit glass. Brilliant, lovely jubbly. All that in a kit, eh? Just jumping into the video very quickly to ask a bit of a favour. If you're enjoying the content on this channel and you're not yet a subscriber, will you please consider becoming a subscriber? It really helps the channel and it's free. All you've got to do is click subscribe, ring that bell, click all, and you'll be notified when I release a new video. And also, one question, and put it in the comment, don't be shy. Are you interested in a B-21 Raider in your collection? If you are, let me know. And if you've got any facts about the B-21 Raider, also put them in the comments box below. Right, let's get back to the video. And then we need to look at the instructions. So, clearly telling you here some information about it. Technical specifications. Whitney PW900 turbofans with afterburner. And it can go to Mach 0.8, and the practical ceiling is 1500 meters. Okay, symbols here: cement, don't cement, remove, symmetrical, multiple, do it twice. And they're giving you Humbrol colours here. Humbrol white, well, that's not Humbrol, that's off-white, isn't it? Humbrol 34, is it off-white? Black, matte black, yellow, then burnt metal isn't Humbrol, dark grey Humbrol, brown, red, olive drab, light grey. So you got some colours here which are in Humbrol colours. Interesting. So yeah, definitely easy to get hold of in this country. So again, it's showing you a call out. So you've got your 4 sprues. It's for A and B, and then that's C, D, E, F, G, your resin parts, which are your engines, and then you've got your masking set. So yeah, all of it is there. So basically you're going to be building this up the cockpit first. So putting some the central console here, I guess. Then you've got the flight deck, and then you've got your sticks to go on, your chairs to build up, your seats to build up, and then you're building the outside of the cockpit there to make it into a tub, and then you put the seats in. Okay, so yeah, all right, there's colours there. Right, moving down through, so you do them twice, obviously, do them twice, it's saying twice on there, but we'll move the cockpit tub up. Right, then on to number 9, you are then building up the bomb bay, weapons bay, and it looks like one, oh I see, they're offset slightly, are they? Oh, that's interesting. Is that offset? 1, 2, they're offset, so you've got 8 there, but they're offset, and they're also on like and they're on like a rod, aren't they? And then that's where those holes are, so you basically do the bulkheads there either side, and then add this piece here, and then once you've built up the weapons, F5s and F6s, so F5s at the back, F6s closer to the front, you can then just push all that together into one piece. So that's one piece, brilliant. Sides of the bomb bay go on, all the hinges for the doors underneath. Then you move on to finishing off the cockpit, which is a bit strange. I would have put the cockpit further up the list. And then step 14, you're building this bit up here, which is the wheelbase. So you're building the wheelbase up, so you do that twice. Okay, then you glue all this or cement this back into the bottom of the wing or of the fuselage. Okay, and it looks like here you're putting the wings in here. So you've got these parts here, which is what I'm saying, and I see, and they just fit in there. It slots in lovely. Then you're building up the the intakes and the exhausts. Interesting. And then you're putting these parts on the wings as well. So it's 2 parts, I guess. And then over it goes. And then, so you've got 2 halves really. And then you're putting the 2 halves together. And there's the intakes going in there. Fine. Okay, intakes and the exhaust go in there. That's fine. Yeah, I get that now. And they go in there at the front and they go in at the back. Brilliant. Okay. And then you slot them together. And that's the build. And then you're moving on to put in the undercarriage together, and E2, where does that go? E12 to E2, but I don't know where that goes. I'm assuming that you can have it undercarriage up. Yeah, okay. So you put the undercarriage on if you want to. All right. Or you can bypass all those steps and just have it in flight mode. I see. Okay. So yeah. So does it say if you want it? It doesn't actually say go to part number 30. Fair enough. Then you got these hatch doors. I presume they're hatch doors. No, they're not. They're. So I'm not too sure what they are on this plane. So forgive me if I'm not explaining it very well. And then you have all the bomb bay doors open and the undercarriage doors open, or you can have it closed. And that's the instructions. AMP, to be fair, quite a simple looking build. Interesting. Right, so there is just one scheme, and here it is. And it looks like you're only going to be needing 4 colours for the outside. You have, and they've given the colours this time from Mr. Colour. So you've got the aqueous, and then you've got the normal lacquer based paints. So H21 or 69, which is off-white, flat black, which is either 33 or H12 if you're using aqueous. I don't think anybody uses aqueous, to be fair. And then you've got your burnt iron, which is 61, and red, which is 327, and red for your pitot tube, I think that's at the front there. So yeah, that's one side, and then there's the other side. So you've got the underneath, and you've got the top there. So interesting. Okay, and I think that's it for this. AMP of Ukraine have done something rather splendid. They've miniaturised the world's most secretive flying wing and stuffed it into a 144 scale box. This is a brand new tool from 2025. You get grey plastic, a clear canopy, some clever 3D printed resin for the normally fiendishly complicated intakes and exhaust, because to AMP ordinary plastic simply wouldn't do, some vinyl masks and a sheet of good decals. They've even thrown in a proper cockpit, a bomb bay and a handful of JDAM bombs. I think they're JDAM, which is more than most manufacturers would bother with at this scale. Finished, it will span around 270 millimeters, small enough to sit on a shelf without dominating the entire room, yet big enough to look proper sinister. It's not perfect, the real thing is still half classified after all, but for the first plastic B-21 you can actually buy, it's proper good. Some cleanup needed, just like any other model kit, but in my opinion it's a jolly fine effort. Well done, AMP. In short, the Raider reduced to a desktop size with just enough detail to make you feel like a proper defence contractor. Now, the price might be a tad hard to swallow. You can buy this from the AMP website for $37 plus $15.90 in postage, which means it's $52.90, or JDAM have it on their website for £55.35. So cost-wise, it might be about whether you want to wait or pay more and get it in a couple of days. And I think that's about it for this video. In one of the 4 corners will be a video or a playlist of other content on my channel, and hopefully I will see you over there.
No, I just wanna say hello.